Hey there, Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me. I want to talk today a little bit about structure and your marketing process. This is a little bit of I don't know, it requires a little bit of reflective thinking because, on one hand, we're all in different places. We have different levels of marketing sophistication, we have different levels of marketing goals, we have different levels of already having some wealthy, affluent clients, and you want more versus the clients I have right now. I don't particularly want. I want better clients. So it can really vary. So when I talk about a structured process, I say that with a caveat that recognizes that everybody is in a slightly different place. But having said that, having a structure really does provide some real benefits, and the biggest benefit is probably psychological, in the sense that you know what you are doing, you know what you are going to do next, you know what is going to take place after that. And if your marketing process is trackable so that you can really get a sense for what is working, how much is a lead costing you, how much is a new client costing you. This gives you a comfort level so that you will stick it out when times get difficult. And the reality is that that happens. It would be great if we could just say, hey, buy my stuff one time, and everyone would come rushing to our door. But we know that's not the case. So if we have a structure, if we have a process, it enables us to get through those lean times. And if we have in place marketing that is largely trackable, so we can get a sense for what's going to be our return on investment, then we can really make sure that over time we are investing our dollars in those things that have the highest rate of return. So uh, again, the structure is important, but again, the structure needs to be flexible enough to accommodate both where you are as well as where it is, or the types of things that you enjoy doing. Because look, there's a lot of different ways to attract clients, and there's a lot of different ways to stay in touch with them, and there's a lot of different ways to eventually convert them from prospects into paying clients. And we need to figure out what works best for you, because if we can do that, then there's a higher likelihood that you're going to stick with it. And that's ultimately the key. So I'd like for you to be thinking about a structure. I'd like to be thinking about a structure that starts with who is it that I am going after, really developing that profile, that avatar, if you will, of your ideal client. I cover that in chapter 1 of my book. So hopefully you have the book and you can go back and do that exercise. I realize nobody likes to do the exercise. I didn't like to do the exercise, but it is crucially important, because if you have in your mind a very clear understanding about who it is that you're going after, it increases your likelihood of actually getting that particular person. Then what we want to do is we want to create some sort of offer that gets those people to raise their hand and express interest in who you are and the services you offer. That then is the next step is to stay in touch with those people, continuing to provide them value, but at the same time moving them incrementally to the point where you're really talking about your services in the sense of them becoming a potential client for you. And sometimes that happens on the first time that you have that conversation. Most of the time it doesn't. So again, you need to stay in touch with them, albeit in a slightly different manner. Now, you can automate parts of this. You can't automate it 100%, but you can automate large parts of it so you're not continually reinventing the wheel, and nobody wants to do that. So having a structure, having a process that is, it gives you, as I say, two things. One, psychologically, it gives you great benefits. Second of all, it makes you want to stick, or enables you to psychologically stick with the plan. And if you do that, that increases the likelihood and the probability that your marketing campaign will be successful. Because if you don't have a structure, then you're just trying this and you're just trying that, you're going to have some success, but you're not going to be able to have it in terms of consistency. And that's what we want. We want to create a marketing system that provides consistent streams of brand new prospects and then converts them into paying clients. That's the goal. So I want you to think about a structure. I want you to think about what's the right structure for you. I cover a structure that works pretty well for a lot of my clients in my book, The 1 Week Marketing Plan, and that's available on Amazon. Another option, of course, is to hire me as your coach and be happy to work with you one-on-one to develop a marketing strategy and help you actually implement it. So if that's of interest, there's a link that's right below this video that will take you to a page that will explain how my one-to-one private coaching program works. It's not set up to try to sell you on it. You make that decision on your own. It just basically discusses how it works, how I work with clients. And if that's of interest, then you fill out a short questionnaire. We have a chance to talk, and if that still makes sense from there, then we I hate these spam calls that come in. Yeah. And if that if that's something that makes sense for you, then we proceed from there. So anyway, check that out. But what I'd like to have you think about today is structure, creating a structure that is something that you're comfortable with, something that you can implement, and something that you can stay with. Because if you do that, hey, you're golden. You're going to be successful. No doubt about it. All right. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this. If you know of people who are trying to attract more affluent clients, or trying to attract clients who can afford what they offer, please pass this stuff on to them. It's good for them, good for me, good for you. So, I'm a big believer in karma. All right, I'll have something for you tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But until then, this is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.